welcome to Season 1, Episode 10 of Pro Wrestling's Top 50. I'm your host, Travis McNeil, and today we count down our top 50 matches of 2020 countdown list with match number 41, which is the 30-minute Iron Man match between Kenny Omega and PAC from the February 26th episode of AEW Dynamite. Now, this match hit a couple of high marks for me. One, the fact that a match of this quality was put on free television, I thought was absolutely outstanding and kind of shows that what the overall level of wrestling we've hit in this current generation is at. So hats off to AEW for presenting something like that. Two, this show was the go-home show before the AEW Revolution pay-per-view. So again, a go-home show is normally used to hype your forthcoming pay-per-view. So once again, the fact that a match this good was used on an episode that would normally be, just hype was, again, just blew me away and something you certainly aren't used to when you've been a longtime fan. And three, I think that Iron Man matches in general are very, very hard to pull off well because there is that sense of knowing how long the match is going to go, which takes some of that surprise element out of it. And I find a lot of times Iron Man matches are filled with a lot of filler, for lack of a better word. I do think that 30-minute Iron Man matches generally turn out to be better than 60-minute Iron Man matches, and this one certainly hit the nail on the head with that. This was just a really smart match. These guys had a feud going into it. PAC had been used amazingly well by AEW up into this point as they took, an absolutely incredible wrestler, gave him an opportunity that he didn't quite get in the WWE, and showed just how valuable he could be despite his small size. They put him over clean as a sheet over Kenny Omega back at All Out. And they smartly used that in the very early goings of this match as PAC applied his brutalizer submission hold, which is how he defeated Omega back at the pay-per-view, and nearly picked up a fall, very quickly into the match. So again, I thought that was just a really good callback and something that again would become more important later on in the match. They had a very quick pace here. The first 15 minutes of the contest was just full of quick action, big move after big move. Maybe my favorite part of the entire match was at a point when Kenny Omega does, I'll call it like a Spartan kick, from the 300 movie, where he just launches PAC back into the corner buckles that looked incredible. PAC is just so amazing at selling stuff like that by using his athleticism. They did sunset flip bombs off the top rope, tornado DDTs onto the floor. Kenny Omega hit the, I'll call it the Alex Shelley spot where he countered a top rope Hurricane Rana and just dropped PAC face first onto the top turnbuckle, which was absolutely brutal. It led to PAC getting frustrated, or perhaps something that was his game plan all along. He used a chair on Kenny Omega about 15 minutes in, was disqualified and dropped a fall, but then immediately hit his Black Arrow twisting shooting star press to even the score, making that chair attack worth it and putting Omega at a disadvantage for the second half of the match. The big spots didn't let up. PAC hit a Falcon Arrow off the ring apron to the floor. That was completely crazy. They did another spot where he hit a shooting star press off the top rope, threw Omega through a table on the floor while the referee was out. They did a really good tie-in there. Omega and Hangman Adam Page were scheduled to defend their tag team titles against the Young Bucks at the pay-per-view that weekend. The Young Bucks were out there with Omega, which just added a nice little story wrinkle to, what was already a big story-filled match. And after that spot, Matt Jackson actually helped Kenny Omega get back into the ring to beat the 10 count. So again, helped his friend, but at the same time set him up for more punishment. So again, just adding those story layers on there, right? The end of the match was super dramatic. PAC got the brutalizer back in on Kenny with a couple of minutes left. Omega valiantly fought through and made it to the 30-minute mark, with the match ending in a draw. That led to PAC attacking the referee in frustration, but then that turned around on him a little bit as it was announced that the match would go to sudden death overtime. PAC seemed a little bit off of his game at that point, forgot the game plan that he went into. He's normally very, calm, cool, collected, and a calculated kind of stone cold killer type wrestler. Omega capitalized, hit a couple of his big moves in succession, and put him away to end up winning the contest 2-1. But with PAC now having that grievance of technically Omega only pinned him once during the match, and the other was, the DQ, that was his own fault. So again, sets up something for down the road there again if they ever try to revisit it. And with the rules reversed, Omega now being a heel, PAC being a little bit more of a face, it would just add a completely new element to the match. I thought this match was absolutely fantastic. It's, was available on free TV, which is, again, like I said, just incredible. If you're outside of the US, you can see past episodes of Dynamite on Fight TV. If you're in the US, between you and I, you can most likely find the match online somewhere if you want to track it down. But you never know, AEW at some point, it wouldn't surprise me to see them release some sort of a best of compilation or something like that includes the match on there. That is all the time we have for today, though. Please join us again tomorrow. As always, follow on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestling50. Subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, like, and let me know what you thought of the Iron Man match in the comments. And we'll see you all tomorrow as we continue to count down Pro Wrestling's Top 50.